Hey Teacher Bestie, we are here with this week's instructional resource, and it is the 321 CER backwards design for assessment. Now I know I've posted previously that students' test scores are not my problem, and that was really referring to the small group of students who don't care about their test scores and thus don't try during testing. But there are a large number of students who actually do try and who actually do care. And it is my responsibility to help them be as ready as possible for that test so that they can do the best they can. Now, I've made two observations when it comes to students taking tests. I've observed for students that are actually trying, they don't read the whole prompt. They might feel overwhelmed, or maybe they start reading and feel like they don't understand, so they just stop, go to the question, and then guess. And then there's a second group of students who are intently reading the prompt and intently reading the question, and they just have problems decoding. They don't understand what's really being asked of them. And this observation has come about because when I've given my own assessments and I've reworded what the question is asking, students are able, more often than not, to give me a correct answer. So to address the overwhelm and the decoding issue, I've come up with 3 strategies that I use during the school year to help my kids test prep for the end of the school year. 1, mimic the language of the test. So when I create my own assessments, I use similar wording as far as the type of questions that are asked during the state test. My second strategy is to minimize the primary level of depth of knowledge. Instead of identifying and defining questions, I emphasize on relationships and application. And 3, I rinse and repeat. Practice, practice, practice. The more exposure they have, the more comfortable with the type of questions they're going to be asked and how they need to go about answering those questions. Now, that brings us to the actual framework that I use to create my formal assessments. Now, my formal assessments only have 6 questions, but I give them at least once a week. And it's based upon the CER framework, claim, evidence, reasoning. 3 of my questions will deal with the claim of the content. So that is the principles, key vocabulary, key people, key events that are within that unit or that lesson. 2 questions will deal with evidence. 2 of the questions, they will have to go back to the text and provide evidence for whatever inference I give them. And then 1 question is on reasoning. This will be an open-ended question where they will have to write a response or type a short essay as part of the assessment. Not only does it help them think through their answer, but it also gets them practice in writing or typing and crafting their own response without a graphic organizer. So 3 questions dealing with the claim or the content, 2 questions going back to the prompt where they have to provide the evidence, and 1 question dealing with reasoning, where they have to, on their own, make a connection, either cause and effect, application, or relationship. Comment down below how you help your students test prep and get them ready for the end of the year exam. And for those of you who want a more detailed guide, I put a link in the description to this week's newsletter, and you can access a copy of the framework and also offers a sample of what it will look like for my students. Be a friend, tag a teacher, and if you got to the end of the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.